This is going
Today was a good day. Today was a good day. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but the day seems kinda high. No walking from the door, no smoke. And mama cooked the breakfast with no pork. I got my 12 on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dope, thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight. And everything is alright. I got a beat from Kim, and she can do it all night. Called up the homies and I'm asking y'all, which part are y'all playing basketball?
This is going
on the court and I'm troubled. Last week messed around and got a triple double. Freaking brothers every way like MJ. I can't believe today was a good day. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I can't believe today was a good day. I'ma cook the breakfast. No, I'ma cook the breakfast, but no. Roll to the mat and hit the showers. Didn't even get no static from the coward. Cause just yesterday, them fools tried to blast me.
Didn't even look in the brother's direction. We ain't got to rap the lyrics every single time. Hello, hello, hello.
That's around the intersection. Sorry.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome. We are almost done with tasks. We got 2 more episodes and it's over. But of course, I'm not here by myself. I am here with one of my favorite people. Ashley, how are you doing?
I am great, and I'm even better because I was right. I'm so ready to get into this episode and all the things that happened. It's just another notch. You know what I mean? Another check mark, another hole in my belt loop. Because the discernment never fails me. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm great. I'm amazing. How are you, Tyra? How are you feeling? And are you ready to get into
I'm
task?
feeling good, and I knew you would come here with the spirit of gloating because you said it was Krispy Kreme. We didn't want it to be Krispy Kreme, and it was Krispy Kreme. Like, and I'm gonna share my thoughts on that. But welcome, y'all. Please hit that like button and interact with us in those comments. Let us know what you think about the commentary and about this episode. Ashley, outside of you being right, because mother's always right. Overall thoughts.
Okay, so here's the thing though about being right. The only fault that I find in this show is that this episode to me was very, very predictable. We all knew there was going to be a Robbie Tom come to Jesus moment. We all knew Kara, whatever her name was, biker chick, was meant to go the way of the dust. And we also knew Maeve was going to turn in Sam. And we knew Krispy Kreme. It was just very, very predictable and on that tone. I will say that they executed it very well, but I can tell that there was a different director this episode. Overall, still better than anything else we're watching right now on TV. It was beautifully acted. I really enjoyed Tom Pelfrey and Mark Ruffalo's chemistry and that dynamic. We knew it was going to be, but it was just really good. The dialogue, the back and forth, I see you. I want more for you, but you have to see that for yourself. And then also, him seeing himself, Robbie seeing himself in Tom. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, a bit predictable. If I'm being, if I'm being honest, Tyra, I don't like to be right all the time.
Yeah, that was my issue also. Like I said, it's a really great show, and I'll talk about some of the characters and where I feel like the direction we're going and what I'm not really liking, which isn't a big thing. But yeah, I didn't want it to be Krispy Kreme because that was the obvious choice. That was the obvious choice, and I really wanted them to subvert and do something different and surprise me because so far the show hasn't been, if it has been predictable, it's been in a really good way and not anything that took me out of the show. Like, huh, okay. But this was maybe the first episode. I was like, huh. I mean, if that's where we going, I'm gonna go with y'all. I'll have to be happy about it though, because it would have been so much, more, interesting if we went into this direction. But we still got 2 more episodes, so we really don't know where we could end up. Thank you so much, Demarcus, for the super chat. Congratulations on 9K subs, Ashley. Thank you.
Thank you, Boo. I appreciate you,
Real
Demarcus.
close. She about to hit that 10K milestone, y'all. It's hard out here for a pimp in the YouTube streets to be hitting 9 and 10K. Please show us some love. Show your love in my Steve Harvey voice. It's hard, but let's get on up into the episode now. What better place to start than here? Because this, okay, I have long given up on Robbie being smarter than the average bear, which I'm going to get to in this episode because they tried it. Because we've been a box of rocks this entire time. As soon as we get over there with Tom, all of a sudden we MacGyver, we smart, we know what to do and where to go and how long it takes to get there. Say, oh, okay, couldn't fool me. But this here, this was drawing me back a little bit in the beginning because I was like, we go down to the quarry one more time. I don't want to go to the core. I don't want to reminisce on real love down by the quarry, down by the creek, down by the lake. And he is putting, the cold, the brick water on his back because this is what me and my brother would do before we dive in. And of course, we transition into Cliff, another fellow brother dead and gone. But even in this moment in the beginning, I thought we knew exactly what it was that happened to Cliff and we would just be moving accordingly. No, for about a good 10 minutes in the episode, Robbie's trying to figure out where's Cliff? Or he's not answering the phone. Where you think he at? We go all the way down to the crackhead's home. We looking because you know where Keith is. Somebody, Cliff. He's gone. He's dead. But this is a sad moment for Robbie because not another brother. For me though, this would have me moving even quicker because the block is getting hotter than before. You're literally out here by yourself. But Robbie continues to just be Robbie. Ashley, Cliff is dead. He dead.
Robbie's a dingbat. Yeah, and we saw him go out bad, swollen. He went out bad, terribly. But you know what Cliff did before he went out? He told you to get out. He told you to run, Robbie. And that's the thing that you refuse to do. The fact that, like you said, he sat up there with Tom. I've got a plan. You're not going to mess up my plan. I have a plan. Sir, what plan have you had at any point during this show? Robbie's a maniac. At this point, I want him put out of his misery because this is clearly a self-elimination mission. He doesn't want to do it by his own hand. This is unaliving by the Dark Hearts or by the FBI at this point. I think he's resigned himself to the fact that this is the end because there's no way, sir. And Cliff, I mean, what did you think happened to him? When he tells you X, Y, or Z and you don't hear from him again, I mean, the logical person would take his instructions and say, man, he went out bad. I sent him like a sheep to the slaughter. Let me go on and get out of town now since I didn't heed before. But no, no, he says, let me go on a mission, further mission, and let me really set myself up and everybody else that I love. Let me go ahead and let me just put the nail finally in the casket. Robbie is a delinquent, an overgrown delinquent. And if I have to see him skip rocks by the river by the railroad tracks one more time, Tyra, wash his sins away in the pool of Bethesda. I am so over this quarry, damn it. And honestly, if you really love Cliff like you said you did, but you never called, you would have never put him in this predicament. Robbie don't love nobody but that dead brother. Honestly, he don't even love himself at this point. I hate it.
Very selfish man. So I don't have any temperament to be down by the riverbanks. I don't care to be there anymore. Like the every single time we cascade into a scene and he's looking over the riverfront, I was like, you know what? So you want to get caught. And then, it's repetitive. Everybody knows your little stomping grounds. It's right, beside the home. Like it's not gonna take long for somebody to like, what are we doing here? We're just waddling and staying put. And the more we stay put, the more we get caught, the more chances are that we're going to get caught. So that leads us to believe that you want to get caught. You want to go out in a blaze of glory. What do you want, Robbie? Because it's over for me. It's over for me. It ain't over for y'all though, because X-Men superfan Emma Frost rolled up and gave 10, count them, 10 memberships out to some very great unsuspecting people. If you are here and you got a membership from X-Men superfan Emma Frost, please say thank you. Feel free to go and cascade through all of the members only content. It's a good time. It's a key over there. You're going to find something that entertains you. Once again, thank you so much, Emma, for supporting. I really, really appreciate you. And we have Demarcus here. with $5, who said, "Which song is better, Again by Janet Jackson or Breathe Again by Toni Braxton?" I'm gonna go over there with Breathe Again before I go to Again with Janet. I'm sorry, so I'm gonna go over there with Toni D. Braxton. Ashley,
Sing again for me.
again, which one? Breathe Again?
Again, no, again by Janet Jackson. How's the song go?
Heard from a friend today, and she said you were.
Oh yeah. We're going to breathe again, breathe again. I'm going over there with Tony too. It just that song cute and everything, but Tony, yeah, I'm going over there with Tony.
Okay.
That should never breathe. Yeah, we're going over there with Tony.
My sentiments exactly. Thank you so much, Marcus, for that super chat. Emma rolled up again and said, "Let me take a moment to show appreciation to the beautiful looks you are serving today, and those lipsticks are divine." Oh,
Thank you.
that's all. That's all you right there, Ashley. That's the lip. I know you got a link for it in your chat. Oh yeah, yeah. I know you got a link for it somewhere. I know you got a link. Thank you, thank you. I just know that you have a link. Oh man. But leaving this individual here because Robbie is absolutely exhausting, and I didn't know that we would be here with him at this point in the show. I just thought, we would be moving smarter. Baby, the way I cackled when this lady said, she said, "You know what? I'm a good person." I said,
Ridiculous.
"Oh, snorts and crackhead. I'm a good person. If you could just," I was like, Robbie. I thought for 2 seconds Robbie was going to entertain this woman. I said, Robbie, please. I just don't know what we're waiting on. We don't have any options. You can't sell this fentanyl to anybody. And baby, old Freddie down here, he didn't give me any light at the end of the tunnel. Like, yeah, I'm gonna help you.
Mm-mm.
It's just, I just don't know. I was with you on the like, where is the money? Y'all hit like 5 or 6 spots before we ever got to the fentanyl situation. Where is the money? Where what was the plan? Like we were always getting our revenge and all this stuff, but we didn't spend it nowhere. We still living in squalor and degradation. I don't know. I don't get why we're waiting around and what the plan is moving forward. Thankfully, he didn't go over there with, because I'm a good person. I can help you. This is my chance to get out. I was like, if you sit there and make any deals with this crackhead, I swear, Robbie. But he went over here and Freddie just pretty much said, yeah, let's let them all eliminate each other and we'll just take the fitting off for ourselves. Plan. Ashley, what are our options here? What is Robbie waiting on?
Robbie's a dingbat. Like he's one of those people I think that had a plan in his mind, and if it doesn't go according to the plan, it's just that plan or bust. And I think it's just bust for him because you're so delayed. So now you're running not only off your few limited IQ skill, whatever it is, right? Now it's like I've got extra rage, I've got extra bitterness, and now I'm grieving through it all. And then she's gonna throw in there because he beats me. This is my last chance to get out. I was like, damn, I'm a DV victim. He beats the brakes off me, and it's like, oh, Robbie, Robbie's only option was to leave yesterday. And since he didn't do that, now his only two options are the grave or the pinta. That is it for Robbie. And I'm really leaning, I know we talked about it last week. I really think that he's on his way out. It feels like a last hurrah. Like you said, go out in a blaze of glory. And maybe he gets to take somebody with him. I don't know, because at this point you're moving so recklessly that you couldn't have even really been concerned about the money, the drugs, or any of it. This was really about just trying to hurt them, and you're not even going to accomplish that because you're toting this Fenty on your back like you're Dora the Explorer all around the universe. I said, you're just comfortable carrying this much Fenty around with you? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. If Freddie would have wanted it, he could have just took it right then. So I'm really, really surprised at how this will play out. I'm hoping there will be some sort of subversion of our expectations in the full meetup. But his option was to leave yesterday. He didn't do that. It's over for Robbie. There's no, either you're going in by the FBI or the Dark Hearts are going to eat you up. Those are the only two, and they're going to torture you probably at this point because you just wasted their time. This is going to be bad. I don't think either of these people was ever going to be a viable option for him at all. And now, what do you even leave your children? Does he have the money buried in the chicken coop? I mean, I hope Maeve finds it if he's got it anywhere, if there is any. Because
I
you're
was gonna
broke.
say, is there still money? Because I would think now is the time to whip the money out if we were trying to get on over to Canada. Oh, Canada. I just don't know the options. Like we we had a very clear window of time where nobody knew you existed.
Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody. You would have had a better chance if you hopped over a few cities in states and whatever and went and tried to distribute or sell it all at once yourself. Like this is just dumb. I'm just so disappointed in Robbie. I'm very, very disappointed. But I just like, is there an option we're not seeing here? Are we really gonna sit here and go out in a blaze of glory, Robbie? Is that the plan? Or we gotta go visit you down at the Pinka behind that glass wall? I don't know. I
But
don't know.
Tara, what if there was something we didn't see? Because I will say this, we didn't really get to see the full meeting. It doesn't feel like to me. So, what if there is another thing at hand? What if he did make provision for Maeve and the kids in some sort of strange way? I don't know. I'm holding out hope that he did do something on the low low, that maybe the backpack isn't really full of Fenty. Maybe he did figure out a way that we just didn't see. I'm holding out hope that something else happened because it can't be this slow. He can't be this slow
No,
and this
slow,
delayed. It can't.
slow.
It can't.
This is what's in the backpack, Maeve, and her ambitions and dreams and dedication to his children. This is the saving grace. It's Maeve. It's all on Maeve's back. It's Maeve. That's it. There's nothing. He didn't. I bet you he didn't leave nothing. I bet you he didn't leave. He said Maeve got it. She's smart. She gonna make a way. And we see how resourceful and smart Maeve is right now. Because baby, Maeve whipped into action real quick when Perry brought his happy bald ass to the door. I was like, don't you put your hands on her. We know that Perry is good for laying hands on a woman. I was like, don't you put your hands on her. Maeve has to make the big choices here and be the freaking adult because there is no more time. If I would have stayed sitting here waiting on you and I just need another day. I just need another day. I just need another 2 days. But I would have been caught up if this man would have came in here and seen this child. Maeve was I love Maeve. I love Maeve down with a passion because she whipped into action. Even though I was shaking with you, girl, I was like, "Oh Lord, Maeve, please!" Now look at here, Sammy. We don't ask you for a lot. Don't you bring your happy ass out this bar. Don't you come out the chicken coop. Stay where I put you this time, Sam. You know he's prone to walking out. I got scared. What's going on in here? Oh, hey, Perry. I told you, let your ass stand there. No, he stayed put, and we were able to maneuver and plan and be calm because baby, he read people like a book. Like, yeah, I know you're lying. I know. It's like, no, going around back. Going around to the garage and get what you need. She was so calm and collected and held her composure. I was so proud of me because I was like, girl, please, because he will kill a woman. Not
Oh,
only
yeah.
that, she was like, this is it. I need to go on down to the station, turn myself in, turn in Sammy, and do the right thing. And this was the smart choice because waiting on Robbie is going to get you killed. Ashley, Sammy stayed put. And Sammy is alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we saw a dead deer this episode. I don't know if you peeped it, but
I
on that
did.
car ride, there was a deer on the side of the road. So somebody's still going out here, right? But no, Maeve did what needed to be done, like an OG, triple OG with a mullet would do. She went down there to that station and said, listen, I don't even need a lawyer. I'm gonna tell y'all everything y'all need to know because I'm sick of it. It's gotten too close to home now. Because when that man came in breathing down her neck with the side hug, I said, Maeve, know what it is. I was very scared that Sam was gonna pop out that chicken coop because that's what he does. He's a wanderer. He's a roamer. When she said, and I mean it this time, don't you come out this chicken coop. I said, listen, Maeve, you better mother him. And see, here's the thing. Maeve is more of a parent than Robbie could ever be because even in all this confusion with Perry going there, sure, Perry, have your way. I know how to navigate this. I know how to play it off. I know how to have my composure in a tough situation. But then also, let me call my girl. I trust you. You can watch these kids. I know they're not mine, but they're basically mine. I have to go do something. Promise me you'll keep them safe until I get back. Maeve is the real MVP, because I know he's your uncle, girl, and I know you love him. But go on and tell them people everything you need to tell them, because it's ridiculous. This is the only choice, and we talk about this. I think in the first live, y'all go back and watch our episode 1 review. We said this, Maeve. This was only ever going to be her option, was to rat on Robbie, because he's moving so recklessly. She really didn't have any other choice to protect her and these babies, and finally get Sam somewhere. Because at this point, it's ridiculous. It's too close. Now they're coming to my house. Robbie.
Girl, it's the fact that they were so relying on Sammy. Oh, he dead. He did like Sammy is not. He's very much alive. Like what? Y'all still search for that little boy? He dead. Like no, he's
No,
alive.
there's
Did
a
you see the
picture of
photo?
him.
He's alive. I don't know. Hopefully, there's still some more to unwrap because I need Maeve to make it out, but also be able to make a way. There better be some money in the deep den of the chicken coop walls. Okay,
There better
so
be.
something, anything, because baby. But at least Sam's alive. It's like he alive? What? They didn't kill him? Damn! It's like, oh my god! He was so disappointed that Sammy was still alive. But we got a little piece of sister moment, little piece. Because is that how long did you feel like that? How long did you feel like you needed to be forever grateful and that's all that you could ever be? We also have Big Sis here being a little transparent with her personal life and her trash husband leaving her for a trash heifer and a younger, better version. But we didn't get to any like roots here. I don't think Big Sis, if that's what you want to call her, I don't think she's in a place to go that far or be that vulnerable and be supportive because we asked this question and we didn't go out of our way to say, well, why did you feel like that? You don't have to feel like that. We care, we love you, we support you, we're here. We may be angry, or maybe even some of the things you heard me say were out of anger, but we still love you. We are a family, like a giant tree bridging out towards the sky. She didn't say that. She didn't say anything. She was smoking that cigarette. We're worried about Daddy Tom. And it's just like, huh, well, this was going on in my life. Like, well, yeah, that's a sister moment, but this is not the sister moment that we need. Do you care or don't you? Because Emily needs somebody, anybody. Ashley.
Somebody, anybody, sing a black girl song. Daria Senior can immediately kick rocks with open toe shoes. Look at her without the glasses. She looks like Daria. That's with that long face. I It's too little too late. The way that you're questioning me, you really feel that way? That's really, oh, you're the reason I feel this way. You're the reason I feel this way. Probably 80% of the reason she feels that way. And I'm glad he's cheating on you. I am. You deserve every bit of it. You deserve the sorrow and the pain of it all because you inflicted it on these innocent children before, the events of everything. I feel like she's been a demon her whole life. She left early because she didn't like how they treated the adoptees. It's too little too late for me. I feel no compassion for her or her situation. And what made it so bad is I told her she was pretty, girl, and you lied to her if she looked like you. I hate everything about this sister moment. I don't think it did anything for Emily because I think it was fake. I think it's too little too late and it was completely disingenuous. Girl, you just got caught up in some mess at this moment, and this is just an overwhelm, I feel like, for the older sister because it still doesn't give I love you down. Like, we're going to be closer after this, or I'm going to bring you into my world. It's still no. Have you washed your hands before you touch my baby? It's still giving all of that. And I'll never forgive her. I don't like her, Tyra. I never will. And this was not the sisterly moment I'd be looking for.
It wasn't like I was hoping because we only have so many episodes left. That's why I'm like, is Emily really gonna have to ride off on her bike with her backpack and tow, never to return again? Because it didn't give that. It gave we're both worried and concerned. Well, we know I love my dad. I know you love daddy too. So let's just be positive and talk now. Would you have, reached out or tried to talk to her edgewise if this wasn't the case and Tom wasn't missing? Like, and even with that, let this be the thing that brings you closer together. Like, mom is gone, brother locked up, daddy could have been next, and then it would have just been me and you. So let me appreciate the family that I have. It's just like, no, my husband left me, the thrill is gone. Yeah, girl, you forever grateful. Oh, that's too bad. What? That's all you got? I don't know. All of these youngsters who have to build the bridges. That's not Emily's job, and the damn show ain't Maeve's job. This is
No,
sorry.
not.
I don't know. We're the adults. We're the adults. They all so damn melancholy. I try to be patient though and consider the loss of the mom because she's hurt. But the way they painted her, you've been hurt way before. But baby, Perry got the trackers in deceit. Perry, please. I am not about to play with this man. I'm like, why did you let Robbie roll off into the sunset? You didn't want to stop Robbie? We knew what we came here for. You came here with intentions for this. This was the main thing. This is a domino in the big grand scheme of things. I would think that he would have wanted Robbie. No, we watched Robbie roll on by. And it was like, gotcha. I was like, okay. It was the fake regret for me. You went and jumped in the pure waters of Lake Pennatonka with intentions to kill this woman. You went over there to kill her, Perry, because she was shouting and screaming for help, and you were going to kill her either way, whether it was some people out there who could have hurt her or not. You came here to kill. You've been waiting. You've been waiting to put your hands around this woman's neck and harm her. You're a serial habitual woman beater. And then it's like, oh my God, like hey, oh my God, I think she's dead. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Like what? What is this regret? Like this was an accident. You intended to choke this woman out. What? That was that. Then of course we lie about it, after we hit the lady in the face with the door for good measure, because there's never enough of us putting our hands on. We gotta harm the women. I'm surprised Maeve made it out unscathed. But we get in that car with Jason and we lie. What does this mean for the Dark Hearts? I think the Dark Hearts, well, some of them are going down before we could even get this unfolded. Ashley, did you feel where Perry was coming from? Because he was like, "Oh man, I ain't mean for her to die. I just wanted her to be quiet."
Y'all know I go down through there and I stay and I watch that 10-15 minute after show. And so the actor who plays Perry says he went to the director and Brad, the writer, and was like, what if Perry really didn't mean to do it? We see the people up there and he just, before he knows it, he's trying to keep her quiet. And next thing you know, she's gone. And so that's how he says he approached the scene. And that's why we see the lingering regret after it. But Perry is an interesting character because Perry, while older, is still very much run by his emotion. And we've seen that throughout, right? He's a very emotional and reactive person. So we see first, second episode, he's crying, right? Like, oh man, like, oh, that's so terrible. Like, I just don't know. Then we, of course, see this close encounter with her again at the table when he's confronting her the first time and still very whatever. When he finds out about Jason and what really happened, let me go shed a tear. But first, then let me bust you with the chain link fence. I think Perry is a disaster waiting to happen, and honestly, I feel like this is going to be like a Cain and Abel situation. I definitely believe that Perry, because he's been looking out for the Shire for so long, since the beginning, I think that Jason will be the one to take Perry out. If they get away from the FBI in this melee that's upcoming, I think Perry dies at the hands of Frodo Baggins from the Shire because I don't think there's any going past it. I think just as Perry is impulsive, maybe with a little bit more smarts, as he's the best detective we have on the show, period. Frodo Baggins from the Shire is equally responsive in terms of violence, right? He's going to take people out without having a second thought. When he finds out you took out his wife, it's over for you, Perry. I don't care what y'all had before. And Perry's that type, he's going to, I know motorcycle club dramas, Tyra. Perry is going to say, man, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. And it's going to be over. He's going to get that cliff treatment. And I'm here for it. Whether he had intent or not, he's murderous. He's always been murderous. Anybody can get this work. And I think, honestly, he knows Robbie's stupid. That's the only reason I can think that this would be your quick target versus going immediately after Robbie. You didn't place the trackers, bruh, policeman. You know what time it is. I just think he knows Robbie's an idiot. That's the only logical explanation for going after her, the low-hanging fruit first.
I don't get it. It felt like a disloyal thing. Like I knew you were lying. Like you're supposed to be a part of you're supposed to be the pink ladies of the Dark Hearts, and here you are over here consorting with the enemy. It just blows my mind how hidden Robbie is. And it was like, oh, I'm connecting dots. He's on the in the picture with Cliff on the refrigerator. I'm like, y'all really didn't know anything about him, really? But then he asked Maeve in the garage, like, "Hey, where's your uncle? Where's Rob?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, oh, okay, yeah," because he's Inspector Gadget. There's some toys around here, some kids here. I said, Perry, come on, Tom. Go on, give up your little badge. Pass it to Perry. Detective Perry Mason is on the case because Perry gonna figure it out. He missed his
Every
call
time.
over here with these raggedy ass dark hearts. He was supposed to be an agent, a spy,
Every
secret,
time.
something. CSI in the making because Perry's gonna get her done. I don't know. This is definitely going to end really, really bad. If they don't take each other out, one is going to take out the other. But of course, we have to get out of the neck of the woods to even get there and do that. Because, baby, why you got all them scratches on your neck, Perry? All them defense wounds. Well, what happened? Who'd you hurt? He's like, yeah, babe, go on down there and take after Jason's kids. I don't know. We ain't seen her. I don't know where she is. Girl, Lizzie, get on my nerves. Lizzie gets on my nerves, girl. Read the room. Girl, when she said, like, yeah, I lost, all sense of smell and then some, when I was hitting, I got this gash. Oh, is that permanent? Can you smell now? Well, what about now? Girl, I said I can't. Lizzie upsets me. Does Lizzie do anything? I don't know. The juxtaposition between these two is very interesting because I keep waiting on something more from Lizzie than her just being a slacker who eats snacks and can't shoot a gun. It's just she's just there. She's just there taking up space, which is why I think we're going to get what I said over there with Krispy Kreme. Her having to rise to the occasion when she finds out he isn't who he's pretending to be. Because this isn't enough. We have Aaliyah delivers every scene.
Every time. Every
We
scene.
learn more. We're getting more into, not only, the physical scars, but the internal scars. Baby, I check in pretending to be X, Y, and Z to make sure that my abuser is where he's supposed to be. Not out of fear, because I want to make sure he's not doing this to anybody else. I say, oh, Lord. Aaliyah's on the case, and Lizzie is just over there standing next to the water cooler. Okay, Ashley.
And I hate to do this, and I hate to say this, and because these, they're all, actors, but to have these two in a room just isn't fair. Because our girl Aaliyah is, I mean, Muthusu, Thaba, whatever her name is, y'all, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. She acts down. Like every scene that she's in, you feel her in the room. She fills up the space. Lizzie McGuire is inadequate in comparison, in my opinion, in every scene. In every scene that they share. And maybe that's just the way her character's supposed to come off. But I really, really, really despise Lizzie McGuire. I feel like she's useless in the space, useless in the show. If they don't pull if they don't pull that card with her at the end with Brasso, then what really was your whole point in being here? To be annoying? Aaliyah has done a lot, even in terms of the show, to open herself up and really bare her heart to Lizzie. And it really makes me question why. Like, why did you want to share in that way with her in the room? Like, why do you feel like she's safe to let into your space? I don't trust Lizzie McGuire as far as I can throw her. I don't see how she's been useful to the case. She don't know how to pull the trigger. She's ready to drop them draws at every second and not focus on the case. I'm just over her. And I hated the little banter right here because it felt so one-sided. I honestly feel Aaliyah was acting in the room by herself. Like, honestly, it was like a wall. And like I said, I don't know the actress. I don't think I've ever seen her before in anything else, the one who plays Lizzie. But I'm not impressed, Tyra, and it really was a drag.
I
Like,
think
I would have
it's
just rather
intentional.
seen Aaliyah alone than to see
I
her
think
there with her.
I think it's intentional so that when she does rise to the occasion, we're like exhaling, like, finally, Lizzie, because you have been a drab this entire season. And I think she's venting because she wants to pique something in her because it's very, oh my God, you're so good at your job. I wish I could be good at something. I've never done anything my whole life. I don't even know how I made it this far. I'm just an inadequate officer. I don't know. I can't even shoot a gun. So it's just like maybe if I, maybe if I give some type of vulnerability to her, she'll eventually give it back and get active and realize what we do it for. Like, find your passion. Like, if I can find it amidst all that I've been through, you can most definitely find yours outside of this divorce in your marital bed that we couldn't sleep in. It has to be something. She has to rise to the occasion. We can't
That's
leave
it.
Lizzie. We can't leave her here. Oh my
Girl,
God, please
being
don't leave
mid
her.
is enough for some people. Being mid works for people every single day.
I mean, if we had seasons and it's like, y'all remember the first season when Lizzie was trash and she couldn't look at her now? We have 2 episodes, which is a short time to do so. The quicker she learns something, the better. But I think it would be crazy to leave Lizzie's character waddling here in this gray area of, where's the snacks? Just eating and I'm just in the scene. Like, this was a cakewalk for her. She doesn't have to deliver a whole lot. It's just very, like, okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Emma Frost, who do you like more, Lizzie or Mary from Mary? We gonna give it to Mary. At least Mary got some sense. Mary's smart. Mary moves with intention, whether it's good or bad. Lizzie just does nothing, and she's just there. Ashley.
Yeah, at least Mary has agency. I mean, in a point of view, and I don't mind the actress who plays Mary. I think she does a good job with the character. Um, she's just aggravating, and you love to hate her, but at least, like I said, she's got her own mind. She's got agency. She moves about how she wants to. Like Tyra said, with intention, with purpose. You can't get mad at a character like Mary, other than just hating her. But you can't get mad at the workings of it all.
Yeah. Lizzie has to pull that blicky out on Krispy Kreme. I
She
just
got.
and I think that's why they were trying to force that relationship on us in the marital bed and them spending time together when I was like, we don't need to be here. They want to ingratiate like we care. Like, oh, but she liked him so much. Now she has to shoot him. And like, oh, okay. This is when I have to pull my weapon and actually shoot somebody. It's somebody I care about, like Krispy Kreme, even though we could give a damn about her and Krispy Kreme. But they were trying to sell it. It has to be something. We can't leave her here by the water cooler eating blackberries. No. it's
Let her
just
hurry up and do something. Lord, let her do something next episode,
it's
please.
just it's just not possible. But we get here.
Not underwhelming and predictable.
It was. I was like, "Whoa, can we not? Can it not be?" I mean, deep down in the loins, we all knew it was Krispy Kreme. I really wanted it to be Lizzie. Hell, I would have. Well, I didn't want Aaliyah. A little too savvy for that. But if it could have been like, oh, this is why she's so lax because I want to go undetected. It's Lizzie. It's not this one. Like this is who you expect it to be, and I really wanted them to do something else. And the way that they did the camera work, and it's like, oh, it was like, oh my God, it's Krispy Kreme, it's Anthony. Who knew? Like we all knew. We all knew. It's not the shock, and I knew, and I don't even know what did I said, House of Dragon, he's over there. I don't know that
Mhm.
character. It just all the signs were pointing in his direction, and I'm a DJ, and yeah, that leads you being into seedy little bars and crossing paths with these people in the first place. It just wasn't the shocker. And then we have Miss Ma'am up here. I'm like, are we gonna tie that back, or was this just a red herring? Like, and if it was, I think that's such a cheap red herring for them to throw all of that her way. Episode 3 or 4, and then it's just like, oh, it was just the way that things were painted and the way that I'm like, y'all literally set this lady up to look like she was conspiring and hiding something. And it's just like, no, that was just how she does detective work. It was all Anthony. I don't know, Ashley. How did you feel about this when we met with Jason under the bridge? Did you clutch your pearls? Like, oh, I didn't have any idea.
Girl, I said this. I've been said it. I knew. No. And I think, like I said, the thing that officially sealed it for me was the bedroom scene with Lizzie. Was the, oh, I'm so pure, I can't do, oh, was this the bed you're married, the bed you shared with your husband? Oh God, the nightstand, I can't. I was like, oh yeah, you're trying to make up and compensate in different areas. But Brasso also came in being on the organized crime task force, the gang task force. So it only made sense that there would have been some sort of tie in there. But I agree that this was extremely predictable. And like I said, in the overall thoughts, this was kind of my biggest thing with it. Now, I do think that it was executed fine. I think everyone are capable actors over here. It just like it gave lackluster because, like I said, as much as I'm right, I don't like being right all the time, and that was whatever. As far as Blondie over here, I definitely think that was a red herring. At the beginning of this episode, we hear her like, let's vet this task force. Can you look in? And that kind of sealed it for me in the moment that no, they just wanted to veer off and let people
That was
think that.
cheap.
Yeah, I know. In the after show, they say that Brasso and Frodo Baggins from the Shire may have grown up together, like that they've known each other for years and they're somehow indebted, and this is like this symbiotic relationship. But it definitely gave, I'll punk you. You got one more time to say something like that to me. And this time it came close. It really makes me question how long Brasso has been working with them. And I think that's kind of the thing that they missed me on with this. So the reveal was fine, but I do think we could have taken a couple minutes to understand the dynamic of their relationship and how they knew each other more. And maybe we'll get that in the final two episodes, because at the end of the day, if this connection is very strong, what side is Brasso going to end up in this melee? Because they're all right there, about to converge on each other. So you have the FBI, the Dark Hearts. What side is Brasso going to be on? How deep does this friendship or relationship go with these two? That's what it kind of has me thinking. Honestly, I was kind of piecing a new story together in my head when this whole thing was happening, because I was like, well, damn, all right, that was
I can't take any
anticlimactic.
more brotherhood. I can't take any more brotherhood. We already have the dynamic between Robbie and his brother, and then we have Robbie and Cliff, and then you have Perry and Jason, and now we have Jason and Anthony. Everybody just brothers up in here. Everybody's just strong. Like, okay, okay. It's like, yeah, don't forget who you're talking to. Remember back in the trenches. Like, oh, okay. Everybody's just knowing everybody. And then we have this red. Don't y'all ever have this red herring in my face being an emotional eater again? It's like, lady, if you don't get that food the hell out of my face, I did not like her stuffing her face in my face like that. So my goodness, ugh, I'm an emotional eater. So, okay. Are you sure? I don't know. I want something else. I want a bigger reveal or something more climactic, since this was just so predictable and like, oh, it's the usual suspect. Oh, okay, but don't put that cheap red hair. That was the cheapest thing that the show has done thus far. I really didn't like that from a story telling standpoint. But we get here. Ciao. I'm gonna need time to go and log off for me, baby. Don't log off for me, Tom. Girl, Tom. Go home, baby. This is where we retire and we go on that porch and we bird watch. We just frolic in our older age. Cause baby, Tom is not on the case. Girl, Tom Tom trying to be smart in this moment. Like, it's like, wait for me, Tom. And we know he has intentions why he wants him to wait, because I'm trying to meet to the punch. It's like, oh no, I'm going in there. I see movement in the house. Oh, I'm going down. Hey, I gotta, can I use your bathroom? I said, Tom, yeah, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I'm still going. See, so nobody pees like that. Get your ass in this car. What kind of piss was that, Tom? Girl, the way Tom is. I just need to see when Tom was great. I need a flashback of Tom, the extraordinary FBI agent. Tom, I was like, who put Tom on task? Tom belongs behind a desk, running paperwork, something. Not being out here on the ground floor. You already took that tumble down the basement steps. Now you're down here getting the billicky pulled out. What irritated me, as much as I love this moment, we have been waiting this entire time for them to have a moment, and we knew that it was going to be introspective and personal, because baby, Tom ain't chasing nobody down through the deep dark woods. We ain't doing that. We can barely pretend to pee with a Pepsi can. No, this was really great. I love the mirror and them talking to each other, and we get, really reflective and getting personal. As personal as we can, because Tom still has to do his job, but you can tell Tom is good. And you know what? You know who Tom is? Tom is the man. Y'all seen the negotiator? Whoever that person is, when it's a high stakes situation, it's like, hey, we're going to get Tom in here to talk him down off the ledge. You get Tom
Yeah.
in there, and you talk, and you give him, it's like, okay, or what he was doing before, as a priest, I would come in and give peace and give good. And that's who you are. You're the talker. Get off the ground floor, Tom, please. But he said, "Get with the hell? So why you move? You move like a goddamn baby giraffe. Get your ass in the car, Tom." But I love this. What I didn't like was, as great as the acting is, I felt like we turned Robbie into somebody else. I was like, who is this? Because if we were this tactical and this smart, and we could pick up on all these social cues to know, yeah, you're lying. You're not here for my brother's case. You're here for something. Yeah, I'm going to take this and do this and take this route and go. Where? We wouldn't have been here with Cliff doing the dumb stuff. I was like, who is this character? When did Robbie get smart all of a sudden? This was somebody else to me. This felt like somebody's mastermind who would not be in this predicament to where we're a vagrant and we can't go home and we don't have any choices. He just knew the route. You cut that off. You chase that. Yeah, they're gonna follow and track that. Go outside of the Sirius XM radio. We had all of our checks and balances in a row, and I just didn't know who this was. Even to this moment where it did get sentimental, and it was like, "Hey, make sure Maeve. I don't want my." I was like, "Really? We care?" It's like, "Yeah, I don't want Maeve to take a hit off of anything that I've done. So make sure you take care of my family. You're a good man, Tom." But it's like our smarticle particles were working all of a sudden when I feel like they haven't been working for
This
so
whole
many episodes. And I hated that they went into forward gear after your best friend just died for you. Because where was all of this when you were running around with Cliff like a chicken with your heads cut off, like you didn't have any choices? This person seems smart. I don't know this Robbie. Ashley?
Like I said, they're gonna have to do something in these next two episodes to show us that he had a plan. All he can talk about on this ride is, "I'm not gonna let you mess up my plan, Tom. Tom, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I got a plan, Tom. Tom, I have a plan, and I know who you are, and I'm top cop." All of a sudden, these people, and it's a perfect mirror because Robbie's a terrible criminal and Tom is a terrible FBI field agent. This is not his ministry. He literally needs to go back into ministry. Pick up the collar and go back into the priesthood, Tom, because baby, this ain't it. First he gets thrown down the stairs and accosted. He can't find. He's got a snake on the team. He hasn't done any vetting. He's steady bird watching. Tom needs to be retired at home with his children. And you're not going to tell me this is because the loss of his wife and this is why he was, on recruiting duties. No, Tom's never been a good agent. He's never been top cop. He's never been top flight security. It's a mess. And Robbie is a terrible criminal. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're introducing this other side that he's had apparently all this time, Robbie, he's actually like smart, then they're gonna have to say, okay, he actually was smart in this instance. He made provision for his kids. He did something like that is gonna have to be there because this was so odd. I will say the beauty, of course, that I saw in the scene, and I love a good callback, was to the deer, right? Because when they're driving down the road, we've heard about the deer, the warnings, the subtle foreshadowing, like, no, can I warn the deer because you can't go out there in traffic, it'll get, gone. And it was like as they're driving in the car, and Tom is like, you don't have to do this, man. Like, there's another way. Right now, the damage isn't too deep, whatever. And then we pass this dead deer on the side of the road, and I'm like, oh, we're beyond the point of no return, right? Robbie sealed his fate. He's made his choice. He's made his decision, and we're going at it. In the same moment, Tom thinks that he's on his way out as well because he really still, as much as he's getting to know Robbie, still hasn't gotten a true sense of who Robbie is. Robbie was never going to unalive an innocent, as far as we know, and who his character has been up to this point. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I know you guys are talking about the bird in the chat, the vagrant and all that, and how he strays so far, it's hard for him to come home. I liked that analogy. Put bird watching in it, make Robbie feel something at the end of it. And I also like the promises that are made to each other at the end of it, right? Like, okay, no, I'm not going to take you out, dude, but promise me that you'll look after my kids, you'll look after my niece, you'll make sure they're straight when all is said and done. I think it's kind of this bond now that they're going to have because Robbie's out of here. He's ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in my opinion. So is Tom going to make good on his promise, on his word? It was a masterclass in acting. Like I said, would I have wanted it in a different circumstance? Yeah, because Tom just really looked incapable and weak in this moment, and I would have liked to see it more balanced. But I think it was a great scene. I was here for it ultimately.
Girl, Tom trying to send them sneak texts. It's Tom, put that phone down.
How big? Did you see the mugshot?
Fun,
Huge.
all
I
fun,
said,
big,
"Whoa."
this old, that old people fun. Yeah, I'm in the house. 5 minutes away. Tom.
I was like, what are you
Oh, please.
doing?
Oh, this was great. I appreciated the callback to, I know these boys better than anybody. It's like you go a mile out and it's gonna be beautiful when you get there. It's like, oh, I don't know. I told you I would have lived if Robbie was actually moving with intention and we just didn't know, and he was actually smart. Because you can't tell me that he was not setting Cliff up for the okie doke. Like, of course, if you make it out, but I have things to live for. So you go get the money first, make the choice, make the drop. I'm gonna be so like, why would you let him go in there alone and wait behind? Do you have a plan that we don't know about? Because that was very strategic to me. Maybe he is first. I don't know. I don't know. Just don't play around with the smarter particles. Robbie's been very dumb this entire time. But we get the standoff is coming. Because you know what we do? And once again, they're giving us the criminals for dummies. Because, hey, if you're on the run, you better turn that damn Sirius FM radio on. We don't need none of that. They tracking the Sirius FM? Yeah, not the satellite. None of that you're going to commit a crime. But we track him just as quickly as he leaves in the car. We have a head start, because we were moving smartly. Robbie needs a break. First of all, it's like every time we do these little things, and I know that it's about the brother and the revenge and oh my bro. I was like, where's this nice little cabin in the woods? I was like, y'all have homes and property and land and quarries? What's so bad about your life, Robbie? What is this? Whose home is this? Y'all had choices? I want a cabin by the lake. Okay, whatever. But Robbie has to take off his shirt, and I was like, "What? This is not the time for rituals. What are you doing? We don't have time for you to let the Lake Minnetonka waters run over your shoulder blades. Do, do you know that you're a criminal? Do you know that you're wanted? Even though it's taking much a child when he showed Jason that picture, it's like I don't know. It's all a hand to me. I don't know who that is. Really? Nobody knows who Robbie is. Fine. We're here, and they get to Robbie just as quickly as he got away. But the dark hearts are here as well. Baby, we just stepped outside and Lizzie is sweating like a dog. I was like, Lizzie, why are you sweating so?
Oh, send her
Lizzie,
home.
Lizzie, why are you sweating so hard? We just got here, beloved. What are you doing? But we have everybody about to just impact at the same time. But of course, Tom reaches him first, and you don't have to do this, and we're drawing the gun. I don't think he has any intentions on shooting Tom. I think maybe a dark heart is probably behind him and he might be saving Tom for all we know. I want to know, is this going to be kind of straight up and down to where remember what you promised me? Whatever occurs here with Robbie, whether he gets away with his life or not, or prison, or are you going to make sure Maeve, my family, and whatever is okay? I think we're maybe going to go in that direction because I don't see Tom making it as an officer of the law for too much longer. I've been saying he needs to go on back over to the priesthood and pick up that cloth again and remember his faith. And I think we're going to have him be in that priest mode for whenever we have the episode when he sees and goes to finally have that sit down and talk with his son. Because we're supposed to, give reprieve and this is your time to give those things and forgiveness and set you right. Or I think Tom is too straight laced to give a life for a life. Like you could have killed me back there, but you let me go and let me call my folks. Should I let you go right now? I don't think Tom is built like that, but we shall see. But it did piss me off that Robbie stopped here to rub his shoulder blades in another quarry lake. Get away from the bodies of water. God damn it, Robbie. Ashley.
This is a disaster. This is going to be complete bedlam and a melee in the woods because I believe that they're flanked by the Dark Hearts. The Dark Hearts have more people than the task force has there at this point, right now, as we're entering this scene. And the fact that Tom yelled out Robbie's name from that distance was crazy as hell. Sir, do you even work for the alphabet people? What are you doing? Why are you yelling that in the woods? You know this is a rendezvous. He told you I gotta go. I gotta go. It's a meeting, whatever. You know what this is. You think he's in the woods for fun, Tom? Like, use your common sense, sir. That was crazy as hell to me. I said, oh, Lord, here go the Dark Hearts. They're gonna descend everybody's up for it at this point. And this is what I think is gonna be so important with Grasso because whose side are you going to be on in this moment? Are you going to side with the task force? Or are you going to go with Old Faithful here and take your chances, and it'll be a massacre in the woods. I don't think there's many ways that this can go. I would hope that there's going to be a specific Tom and Robbie standoff, but honestly, I think they're flanked. I think the dark hearts are everywhere. So even if we get a minute or two of it, they're going to be right there, and they want blood. I don't think they give a damn that the FBI is there. I'm very interested to see how it's all going to play out.
I think Anthony has already made his choice and he's going to stand. But Lizzie's going to see him. It's going to be like, oh, well, why would you try to kill Tom? Or why would you try to do this? And maybe she has to do something.
So does Tom live? Does Tom? Because we always talk about Robbie, and everyone said Robbie's going on to meet his maker, but is Tom gonna make it out of this?
Tom lives. He has to go see his son.
Okay.
He lives, but he takes this jacket off and he goes to pick up the cloth again because we need to get out these woods. After the
Robbie!
next Robbie, don't do this, Robbie. Everybody, we're over here. I was like, Robbie, you don't have to do this, man. You can always go home, vagrant. It's like, Tom, please. Girl, I didn't know. Like, bump an element of surprise, bump, nothing. Just scream it out in the middle of the woods, Tom. Let everybody know where you are. I think both of I think Tom makes it out of this. I don't know how much satisfaction we would get out of Robbie being behind bars. Like, I want him to either escape and go off somewhere or just be dead. I'm sorry, I don't want. I do. I want him off somewhere in Canada or wherever he's trying to go on the running from the federales or something, or just dead. I don't want to see him go to jail. I'm over that. I don't want to see no more jail. Just die or fly.
But where is he gonna go? Tom gonna give him his FBI. He gonna give his FBI jacket to Robbie. Go run for the hills, sir. Go
We're
go.
not. That's what I'm saying. Tom is
Please.
too straight laced for that. I think the promise will be had. Whatever happened to Robbie, let me make sure Maeve and the kids are straight, or ensure that she's not wrapped up in this. And hey, maybe if she found a little hush hush money, she'll be okay. But I don't see it being like, oh, go on, vagrant. You can always go home. It's free. Yeah, it's not gonna be that. Tom is not that. But predictions, Ashley.
Oh, Lord of mercy. A prediction. Like I said, I think a melee ensues. I don't think the Dark Hearts retreat. I don't think they took the warning because he texted them, leave, man. Don't come here. This is bad. Robbie's got Tom, all that. But I don't think they retreat. I think it's a full on melee. I think we're going to have the task force versus the Dark Hearts versus Robbie, and Tom will just be there doing nothing. I think there will be casualties. I don't know who's going to go, but I do think we'll lose someone in the task force and someone from the Dark Hearts. I think Robbie, we get to see him in the final episode, so he lives through this next episode. But hopefully we get to see how Maeve settles in, what's going to happen, the rest of the interrogation, what she actually tells, and see if there was actually a plan under the surface, if he made provisions. That's really what I want to know in the next episode, and I hope we get that.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. We know that these two are going to make it out. He has to notice those scars and find out what happened to his wife so they can have their standoff. So they're going to be fine. If anybody gets taken out on task, it needs to be the emotional eater or Anthony. It needs to be one of the two, or Krispy Kreme. It needs to be one of them because Lizzie has to do something. I refuse to think that we would leave her in this pathetic state of an agent. Please do something. Let it be Lizzie and not let it be Aaliyah. Aaliyah has showed her weight in gold. Can we just not? Can we just not? I need Tom to just make a smart decision, Tom. I don't know, like, if we're gonna really take Tom through there to where he has to do something that is like, you know what, this is it for me. I'm putting the badge down and going back to the cloth and embracing my babies, and that's including going to give forgiveness to my son and just walking away. That's fine. Robbie, grave or Canada. That's all I got for you. That's all I got. But y'all, that was Task. Ashley, you want to share something with the people?
Just make sure you guys, if you haven't already, well, first, thank you guys for coming through and talking task with us tonight. Don't forget to make sure you're subscribed, make sure your notifications are on. I know we're covering Love is Blind. I know we have Abbott Elementary. We have Reasonable Doubt, the morning show this week. So just make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you can be there or be square. Members only Blockbuster Movie Night is this Saturday, and I will be dropping my choice tomorrow. So make sure that your notifications are on so you get it and you can set an alert. But thank y'all for coming through.
Yes, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time for whatever we got coming up. Cut the notifications on so you can be there on time. Good night, y'all.
I can't believe today was a good day.
This is going on.
Today was a good day. Today was a good day. Waking up in the morning.